Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another Reader's Magnet featured author interview. And we are currently live in all our streaming platforms, that's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. My name is Rob, and I am your host for today. And together with me right now is one of Reader's Magnet's featured authors, which, in fact, he helped transition the worldwide Church of God to Orthodox Christianity through his peer reviewed studies. Speaking in pastoral work, his background in theological reassessment led to his critique of the Young Earth Reform movement with 35 years in theology, philosophy, and rhetoric. He has been the director of apologetics for reasonable faith with William Lane Craig in Cincinnati since 2015. And here he is with us today to talk about his book, The Six-Day War in Creationism, a critique of the Young Earth Reform movement. So without further ado, please help me welcome Gene Nouhan. Gene, how are you feeling today?
I'm great. How are you doing, Rob?
Well, I am doing swell, and I'm really excited to talk about your book now because your book has such a solid background, though, that a lot of viewers that again a lot of people know about this, but there are some who might not know. So, Gene, tell us more about your book and what is it all about?
You bet. You had mentioned the Worldwide Church of God. It was a
Mhm.
cult in the 90s when I was with the Worldwide Church of God, and I contributed to the move from it was a Herbert W. Armstrong cult, and we moved it from being a cult to Orthodox Christianity. And how that happened was we were challenged on three teachings in Christian history that Herbert Armstrong did not understand, so we did not understand. And those three teachings are the nature of God, the purposes of the Bible, why the Bible authors wrote, and the
Mm,
mission of the church. Believe it or not, Herbert Armstrong did not understand those things, and neither did we. And you can go on Wikipedia and look up Worldwide Church of God and find out a little bit of history of how that happened.
mhm.
And we're told that that's the first time in church history that a cult moved into orthodoxy. And I was thankful to be a part of that and thankful to understand it too. And so that's a template for moving theology that's misplaced or self styled into orthodoxy by understanding the nature of God. Very important. Understanding why the Bible was written and
Mm,
what the message of the church or gospel message of the church is. So the reason I wrote the book and focus on the young earth reform movement is I was teaching an apologetics class with
mhm,
William Lane Craig at Reasonable Faith, but in Cincinnati, which is right next door to Ken Ham's
mhm.
Creation Museum and his Ark Encounter. And I just started that class, and and the debates between Ken Ham and Bill Nye started at the very same time. So
Mm.
we watched the debates, or the debate, it was just one debate. And I was
Okay.
struck by how Ken Ham uses the same kind of thinking that the Worldwide Church of God did. He argued in the same way, it's self styled, it's not really trained. Herbert Armstrong wasn't that trained. And I noticed that he was making mistakes that really a person shouldn't make in trying to explain the theology of the scriptures. And
Mm,
so he even used phrases that Herbert Armstrong used, although Herbert Armstrong was not a young earth creationist, which is ironic.
okay.
And I thought to myself, I could address this subject because of my experience in the Worldwide Church of God. And so I decided at that point to write a book, especially after I had had some disturbing debates with some young earth radicals. I call them the reformist movement. They say that they're reforming the church and the culture
Mhm.
with a literal 6 days from Genesis. That's their goal. And so I thought I could write a book with a similar template that occurred in the Worldwide Church of God. And so that's why I wrote the book. I felt like I was in a position to write it from a unique perspective.
Well, that's really something because going back with what you said about Herbert Armstrong, that correct me if I'm wrong, but here's what I understood from it. It's more of like how can you teach someone in the first place if you don't understand a topic as well?
Yeah.
And what you were trying to do is make sure that all the people who, again, it's reforming the whole thing from coming from a cult, being an Orthodox Christian church, is more onto letting people know the reasons why these were created. Again, going back with the three teachings on why the Bible is written, what's Christianity, those things. So could you say that you were really part, like the main integral part of that
No,
change?
no, I want to make that clear. I was not the main person. There were many
Mhm.
people that contributed to those changes, and I would say I had a small part, but it was it was a significant part in the sense that I had written things and peer-reviewed studies that helped
Mm.
move the ball forward significantly. I also had a tape ministry, and my cassette tapes with studies were sent in different places around the world, and so I was able to make a difference. But no, I was not the main person by any means. Many people were involved, and the leadership
Mhm.
at the time were the primary movers.
Oh,
So
okay. So
go ahead.
yeah, so because I was just reading on topics about this, and again, you mentioned that we're radical groups as well, but I just wanted to ask, like, is there a huge difference between young Earth creationism and the young Earth reform movement?
Yes, great question. Um, Christians have always been free to interpret Genesis literally or
Hmm.
figuratively without
Hmm.
prejudice to their quality as a Christian, because that kind of knowledge is not what makes a person a better or a worse Christian. It's an opinion when you read Genesis, whether you take it literally or figuratively, and all throughout church history, Christians
Hmm.
and theologians have done both.
Hmm.
Now, I don't, although I disagree with the young earth interpretation, and I go into detail as to why, my
Hmm.
main problem is with the reform movement that says they want to reform the church and the culture by
Hmm.
6 literal days. And they say it is necessary to believe that Genesis should be interpreted literally. And here's the reasons how they think about it. They
Go.
say if the earth is old, God is a liar. Now, when I first
Oh,
saw that, I thought,
wait,
what?
what?
So here, this is into the
Okay.
nature of God that they don't understand. Okay, they think God's a
Hmm.
liar if the earth is old. Now, why do they say that? Because they think God wrote the Bible, that He wrote Genesis, and that He meant every word. They say word for word, literally. So that if you don't take it literally, or if it turns out the earth is old, God has lied to us. Now, that's weird. That's
Okay.
not historical Christianity. They also say the Bible is unreliable if the earth is old for the same reasons. You know, God wrote the Bible, so if the Bible can't be trusted and the earth is old, you can't really trust it at all. That's weird too. The word weird seems to be used a lot today in today's
Yeah.
politics.
Go.
I might as well throw it out there.
Go.
Um, they also believe something really odd that animals, all animals, including bugs and microbes, had eternal life before Adam and Eve sinned. That's
Hmm.
inexplicable. No one's thought that throughout history. At least no one seriously has thought that. They think
Okay.
if you believe the earth is old, you've compromised the faith. But Christianity is not about faith in a 6,000-year-old earth. It's about faith in the incarnation of the Son of God and
Hmm.
that the implications of his incarnation, his life, death, and resurrection for all creation. That is the faith we put in our trust in. They say things like, if the earth is old, then the message of the cross and the atonement is destroyed. Now, that's an odd connection to make. And so these ideas in the reform movement, and what they do is they persecute Christian leaders that aren't young earthers, and they seek to cancel them, and they have canceled some because they have a lot of
Oh.
backing financially. So I saw this as a serious problem, and most Orthodox Christians see them as a serious problem to Christianity. And it is in those areas that the reform movement has departed from Christianity, historical Christianity, not the simple belief the earth is young because a layperson or someone reads Genesis literally. They've always been free to do that. And there's no harm in doing that. I think it's wrong. And I do make a very good case for it being wrong in the book. And so, in fact, what I do in the book is I take every single argument. Well, not every, I would say 95% of the arguments, some of them aren't worth bringing up, but 95% of the arguments, I lay them out and devote a whole chapter to each one. I honestly mention the argument and then I deconstruct it. And I'm trained in that kind of process. And so I was easily able to do that. And the first 200 and some odd pages are just taking one chapter at a time, every presupposition in young earth creationism and dealing with it significantly. I wanted a book that was comprehensive, that leaves no stone unturned. Too many of these books on creationism highlights one idea. And the problem with that is people read that idea, but there's a ton of other ideas people still might believe in, where that book does not really move the ball forward very much. So I wanted a comprehensive book.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of more to take in. But Gene, I do have a question here from one of our viewers. So, Michael. Michael asked a question though: is your book suggesting that radical young Earth reformists are actually threatening serious Christian theology? Because again, he studies theology on the side, and it rarely comes up in his reading. So, would you care to answer this question?
Well, I don't know what he means by seriously threatening.
Mm-hmm.
What it's been said by most people is that it's damaging.
Damaging. So it's not really seriously threatening, but it's just damaging.
I don't know about the threatening, although they do threaten to persecute people, and they do so. And they cancel people. It's kind of like cancel culture. Could you read that question again for me, Rob? I want to not make sure I don't leave anything out.
Sure. Let's just pop this up again. So is this book suggesting radical young Earth reformists are actually threatening serious Christian theology? That is the question.
I'm saying that they're seriously compromising historical Christian theology. That's how I would put it. And my book goes into detail showing that. In fact, the table of contents is detailed. The index is very detailed. So the book is like a reference book. Any idea in the creationism debate can be looked up, found quickly, and have a thorough explanation of that particular point. And so that's how I would word all that.
Oh, okay. And also, Gene, I just want to cater to these questions because these are really interesting questions. There's one question from Alani. She wrote, was it hard to write a book knowing that some people from the Young Earth Reform movement would oppose your ideas?
No, I've been a warrior all my life. So I wasn't afraid of that. In fact, I debate people on YouTube like crazy. And I did have an apologetics ministry, and I took reason in college and persuasion and was involved in debate back then. So I have a history of reasoned discourse in my history of the past 40 years. I've analyzed over 3,000 speeches over the years, and with their argumentation is how I analyze it. So no, it's not that I'm looking for a fight. There's already a fight out there. There's already a fight. I'm just getting in it. Is what happened. When I was teaching that apologetics class, I was overblown by the attacks coming from the reform movement. So I thought to myself, I can handle this. I've had experience with this kind of thinking, not young earth creationism, but the processes they use in their thinking that leads them to their conclusions. That's what I know very well. And I deconstruct all that in my book. And so, no, I'm not afraid. Let's put it that way. Awesome. There's nothing they can cancel about me. I'm retired. I'm retired, so I'm writing, and I also day trade on the side. I was in the financial services business for a while. So no, I'm not cancelable at this point.
hey, if there's nothing cancelable, then what's there to worry about? You're just saying your truth. You're saying what you think is right, and I think there's nothing wrong about doing that. Okay.
If you
Everyone's
believe
entitled.
something's the truth and you can make a very good case for it,
Go for
you're
it.
responsible for sharing it. You can't sit on it.
Yeah,
That's
I
how I
agree.
think. That's how I think.
So, Gene, I'm talking about your book. I'm talking about what it is. So, just want to ask you. So, what is really the main takeaways that you really want to convey about your book?
Oh,
Then.
thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, to make it simple in this short interview, I want the viewers to know that the book is theological,
Hmm.
way more than scientific. There is science in the book. You can't help but touch on the science, but the book is not about the science. In fact, I make a point in the book is that there is no science in the Bible, and there certainly isn't any in Genesis. And I make a very good case for that point. I don't use science. Here's the main thing: I don't use science to prove Genesis is teaching an old earth. There's no science like that in my discussion. It's theological. And there are many layers of theology in Genesis that most people have no idea about. And I mean people that are not Christians, as well as
Hmm.
people who are Christians that have no knowledge of that. I want to also get the point across that it is comprehensive. Like I said, there's a detailed table of contents, a detailed
Hmm.
index, and it's a quick reference. You don't have to read it from cover to cover. A lot of
Hmm.
people do, but you don't have to. You may have questions, and you can go to the answers in the book very easily. Also, it's scholarly without
Hmm.
being academic in tone. Now, by
Hmm.
scholarly, I mean there's over 500 footnotes in the book. And those footnotes come from the finest theologians and scholars throughout history, both past and present. There's even philosophers in there. And from all the branches of Christianity, Catholicism, Orthodoxy, Protestantism, and of course, I have to touch on fundamentalism because that's where young earth creationism is. It's in fundamentalism.
Hmm.
Also from Judaism, the best scholars from the history of Judaism on Genesis.
Oh.
And also, another thing to take is that the book has gotten a lot of acclaim. It was a #1 new release in its first few weeks. Viewers can go on Amazon and see 19 strong reviews. The average review, 19, is a 5-star review. And they're from scholars, pastors, and lay people. And while, like I say, the book is scholarly without being academic, everybody responds, even the lay people, that it's easy and enjoyable to read. And I even
Hmm.
have some humor in it too. I couldn't write a book without some humor. And
Hey.
so, people, if you want to look at the reviews and some history of myself and the book, go on Amazon. They have a good synopsis of everything.
Mhm.
And my name is Gene Nouhan, as you can see in the left-hand corner. The name of the book is A 6-Day War on Creationism. And I'm sure, Rob, you're going to tell them how they can get a copy of the book.
Yeah. So
But
yeah. So yeah, Gene. Go ahead. Anything else that you want to leave to our
no, I was just
viewers
going to
and
say,
future
if you
readers?
want to check it out further, that would be the place to go and see what
Okay.
other people are saying about the book. These are scholars, pastors, and lay people. I'm
You
very
know,
proud of that and
well,
so
it's
on.
it's really something though to at least have this book, and it is not something that it's not like any particular book that you can just put on yourself on display. It's something that a lot of people can read and take some new ideas, new insights on
Mhm.
some things, especially because again, but again, to all our viewers though, if ever you want to get a copy of Gene Human's book, again, his book is titled "6-Day War in Creationism." It is available on Amazon and also in Barnes and Noble, and will soon be available on his website, up and running though in a couple of weeks. That's going to be geneneuhanauthor.com. So again, that's geneneuhanauthor.com, as you can see on your screens. And if you want to get some updates from him, always stay tuned. And once that website is up and running, feel free to at least check out his book and check out some information
Yeah,
about what Gene is currently up
Rob,
to
can I
doing.
throw one thing out there? Can I state my email address? Is that allowed?
Um, yeah, sure. If ever you want to, just give me a few seconds here. Let me just make sure we can post it up, so at least a lot of people would be
To
available
see it, yeah.
to see it and to add it on as well. So we can either add it as a part of the comments though, but if ever you want to throw your email address out there, sure. Give it
Okay,
away.
it's R as in Randy, F as in Frank, That stands for Reasonable Faith.
Mhm.
RF, Cincinnati spelled out,
Mhm. Okay.
at gmail.com.
Okay. So for people who want to reach out, though, again, Gene Nouhan, feel free to reach out on his email address. That's rfcincinnati@gmail.com. Okay, that's rfcincinnati@gmail.com. So, Gene, you know what? Thank you so much. It
Mhm.
was really a pleasure listening to your insights, and again, what it really has in store for everyone. I really appreciate your time, though. Thank you very much for your time, though, Gene. Really
Thank you,
appreciate
Rob. Thank
it.
you.
Okay. So again, so to all our viewers, stay tuned for more updates. And again, as we say here at Readers Magnet, we share your stories with the world. Thank you and have a good day. Stay toasty.
Mhm.
Hello, authors, hello, book lovers, and hello, world. Yes, today we're back for another episode of the Book Shoutout. Yeah, all right. Okay, so yesterday we actually plugged six authors, six budding authors, six amazing titles, and today we have a total of eight. Yes, you heard it right. We have eight independent authors ready to share their stories. All right, so um, let's dig in. Okay, are you guys ready for the very first book? All right. Okay, the first book is entitled "Turn into the Storm." Turn into the Storm by Mauricia Ambrose. Hi there, Mauricia. If you're watching us live, we're announcing your book right now. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, the book is available on Amazon and in Barnes and Noble. So for those who are interested in grabbing a copy of this book, you may go ahead and order a copy on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Now let's check the book synopsis. Let's go ahead and read this one. Okay. Turn into the Storm by Mauricia Ambrose. Turn into the Storm is a story of resilience, rediscovery, and reinvention. It is the journey of a woman who recognizes her power through adversity and finds unconditional love through motherhood. It is a story of hope and strength, hope that comes from faith, and strength that comes through surviving lupus, kidney failure, and burnout. Mauritia's story serves as a powerful reminder that our struggles shouldn't define us. They are our fuel for growth. Wow, what a very inspiring story. And I so love how the message also encapsulates the book cover. It's just a wonderful art right there. And I'm perfectly loving it. It's giving me that vibe. Yeah. All right. Um, this book is a must for those who are currently experiencing struggles in life. You know, we would like to tell you, if you're watching us live right now, we would tell you that you are not alone, right? A lot of people have experienced the same thing, and it's just a matter of changing your perspective. You know, these challenges, they are meant to be there because they will help you grow. They will help you discover more of what are those other strengths that you actually do have. Like, this life is worth living. All right. Okay. For those who just tuned in, by the way, Readers Magnet is flying to Chicago this coming September because first we are going to launch our book confab in Chicago. That's September 4 and 5. And also on the weekends, September 7 and 6, we will be joining as one of the exhibitors of the Printers Row Lit Fest. So if you guys are within Chicago, please do visit us. All right. It's in Dearborn Street. And during the Printers Row Lit Fest, our booths are booths C and D. Yes, you heard it right. 2 booths for Readers Magnet. That's how big our booths are. All right. And also, please, if you just tuned in, make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to all of our social media channels. You may go ahead and we're streaming live, by the way. Yes, we're streaming live. You may go ahead and search for our social media handle. Look for at Readers Magnet. Okay? All right. So let's dig in. Let's check on some other books here. All right. Next book this is a very good one. Okay. Beauty of Praise. Beauty of Praise, authored by Alan and Karen Rennie. Yes, Beauty of Praise, the New Proverbs, 31 Women series by Alan and Karen Rennie. This is a book under Christian living genre. So let's go ahead and check this book. Okay. Have you ever struggled with depression, heaviness, grief, sorrow, or guilt? Do you find beauty? Do you find beauty in it? Well, no. It usually makes us feel the opposite. But this is where praising God comes in. We, as women, search for ways to be beautiful and usually search for it in the wrong places. This book is a journey of my experience while searching for fulfillment, joy, and beauty in spite of circumstances. Wow. Another self-help material by Alan Karen Rennie. Book title is Beauty of Praise. It's finding the silver lining of all the things that happen to us. Again, it's a matter of your changing perspective, changing your narrative, flipping the side of the coin. It doesn't mean that today is a bad day. It's not a bad day. It can be a bad day, but it's not a bad life. Right? Tomorrow is a different day. Right? You can always restart. Yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, by the way, for the upcoming book confab in Chicago, we will be graced by one of our ever dynamic author, Tish Barnhart. Yes, I have her book with me. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Tish's book is entitled So You Want to Be a First Lady? Yeah. All right. Tish won't just be gracing the book confab, but also she will be our host. Yes, this energetic author and also a friend of Readers Magnet will be hosting the show this coming September 4 and 5. And she will also be with us this September 7 and 8 in the Printers Row Lit Fest. Shout out to you, Tish, if you're watching us live. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready for the next book? Okay. Oh, hi there, Alani. Yes, Alani says, I love Tish. Hello, Tish. I hope you're watching. I know you're quite busy right now. Okay, let's move on to our third book. All right, this is quite interesting because this one is it's the third book. Yeah, the book title is Jump Gate 3. Yes, Jump Gate 3, Road Maker, Teleporting to the Stars by Larry R. Washin. All right, this is a sci-fi book, a fantasy book. Now let's dig into this book. This is the third book in the series chronicling the development and challenges of teleportation technology, known as ordered tech. Humanity has advanced from simply walking between locations to running across space. The story focuses on the dangers and triumphs of interstellar travel using the technology, as characters face threats like cosmic energy bursts and the immense distances between stars. All right. For those who are sci-fi geeks out there and who would love to read sci-fi books, this one is a perfect addition to your list of books there. And the Jump Gate series comes in three volumes. The one I'm just sharing and we're flashing right now on the screen is the third volume of Jump Gate. Again, this is authored by Larry R. Washin. If I'm not mistaken, the book is also available in Barnes and Noble and also in Amazon. You can grab a copy of this book. Um, it's available in paperback and on ebook format. All right. Okay. If you guys are watching us live, just make sure to key in your questions. If you do have any questions, let me know which state you're currently watching, so I can also give a shout out to you guys. I can mention your names here. And oh, by the way, Readers Magnet, aside from the September events in Chicago, we will also be flying to Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah, Frankfurt, Germany. That this coming October. Yes, we will be part of the Frankfurt International Book Fair, which is the world's largest book event. Now, if you guys are interested in understanding, knowing how to get your books available or displayed during the Frankfurt International Book Fair through Reader's Magnet, you may go ahead and directly message us on across all of our social media platforms, or you can also comment down below. All right. Okay, let's move on to the fourth book. Our fourth book is Charybdis. Wow. This probably is going to be a sci-fi thriller suspense type of book. Yeah, I'm guessing. This is authored by Suzanne Craig Whitehawk. Charybdis by Suzanne Craig Whitehawk. All right, let's go ahead and dig in. When Greta Randall stumbles across a rare volume of Victorian poetry, a local antique market, she could never have imagined that it would take her on her journey through time. The secrets she discovers along the way may shed light on the book's mysterious young author, Louisa Duberger. But at what peril? Charybdis. This book is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Make sure to grab a copy of this book by Suzanne Craig Whitehawk. Again, support independent authors. Yes, Reader's Magnet is here for everyone. May you be a novice author or someone who has already published a lot of books. We are very much supportive in the community of the publishing and writing industry. All right, let's move on to our fifth book. Are you guys ready? Okay, this one is going to be another fiction book. Book title is Tawny's Magical, Mystical, Fantastical Adventure. That's quite a tongue twister there. Let me do that again. Tawny's Magical, Mystical, Fantastical Adventure by Sherry Raby. Wow, I so love the book cover. I'm a bias of green covers. I'm loving it. Okay. Tani's Magical, Mystical, Fantastical Adventure. This is a fiction book again by Sherry Raby, available on Amazon and on Barnes and Noble. Sherry, if you do have your website or any of your socials that they can follow you, if you're watching us live, please do comment in the comment box below so that our viewers, our followers can also get to um, check on you on your socials and follow you as well. All right. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's read the book synopsis. Join Tani on a heartwarming and fantastical adventure as she navigates the challenges of childhood, loss, and self discovery. With the support of her loving aunt, Janie, Tani learns to face her fears and find her own path. But when an unexpected accident changes everything, Tani must rely on her imagination and courage to find her way back home. Dive into the world of magic, mystery, and growth in Sherry Raby's enchanting tale, Tani's Magical, Mystical, Fantastical Adventure, a story that will delight readers of all ages and remind us that dreams can be our greatest guide. All right. Never fail to dream. But of course, dream comes with action, right? Because you will never get there if you're not going to do anything. It will just remain a dream. Okay. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and check if there are any comments here or any questions probably we have from our viewers. Okay. Oh, all right. So you're asking if you're also going to be joining another aside from Frankfurt. Yes. Before the year ends, Alani, we are going to the Guadalajara International Book Fair. Will be part of that, another international event in Mexico. Yes. Viva Mexico! Yeah. So that's this coming November 30 until December 8th. Reader's Magnet, though, will be exhibiting in the Guadalajara International Book Fair from November 30 until the 4th of December. Yes. So we'll be bringing with us several books and representing authors for book signing. So please stay tuned for these authors. And if you would like to know more on how you can also attend and be part of these events for Frankfurt Book Fair or Guadalajara Book Fair, make sure to shoot us a message on all of our social media channels on Facebook, YouTube, on Instagram. Please do feel free to send us a message. Okay? All right. Let me check some comments here. Okay. All right, we have a message from James Lynch Jackson. Hi there, James. James says, I would love to see a trailer of Sherry's book. Oh, yeah. A trailer can be a very exciting material for this type of book, for a fiction book. Yes. That's a good suggestion, James. Okay. All right. Alani says, can't wait to have a copy of Tani's Magical, Mystical, Fantastical Adventure. Oh, go ahead, grab a copy. It's an Amazon. Do it now. Okay. All right. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and also do give a huge shout out for this another author that we have here with Reader's Magnet. She's been a dear friend with Reader's Magnet, the author of the book. There you have it. The Speed of Passion by Carol Ann Langford. Hi there, Carol. This is a shout out for you. This is Carol Ann's book, The Speed of Passion. It's available on Amazon and at Barnes and Noble. So if you're interested in grabbing a copy, make sure to check Amazon and order now. All right. Tish and Carol Ann's, feel free to grab a copy. Okay, are you guys ready for our 6th book? This one is a thriller, suspense, I believe, type of book. Yeah. Our books right now are a mix and match of different genres, right? We started with self-help books, several self-help books, and then we transitioned to having, what do you call this? We transitioned to having fiction books, science fiction books, and now we do have thriller and suspense books. Okay, this one is by Philip J. Chris. Book title is The Roadie Cartel. Yes, The Roadie Cartel by Philip J. Chris. Let's dig in. So, The Roadie Cartel is a crime thriller that follows three siblings who escape their harsh life in Czechoslovakia to chase the American dream. They build a massive empire intertwined with the music industry and drug trafficking. When their father is murdered, one sibling seeks revenge against the billion-dollar enterprise. The book promises a thrilling ride through the glamorous yet dangerous world of concerts and cartels, exploring themes of ambition, greed, and blurred lines between good and evil. Wow, this reminds me of some good movies. You know, The Roadie Cartel by Philip J. Chris, available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Make sure to grab a copy now. Okay. Again, for those who are currently watching us live or who just tuned in, make sure to follow, like, subscribe all of our social media channels. We're streaming live on Facebook right now, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Make sure to go ahead and search our handle. It's at ReadersMagnet. Follow, like, and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions with these books that I'm just shout out, make sure to send your comments, send in your questions in the comment box. These authors would be very delighted to answer your questions. All right. Our seventh book. This one is another science fiction book by Ollie and Barnett. Book title is Her Blood, Their Battle. Her Blood, Their Battle by Ollie and Barnett. This book is available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. It's available in paperback and ebook format as well. So make sure to grab a copy now. Okay, let's dig in. Her Blood, Their Battle is a young adult fantasy romance novel. College freshman Octavia Vale's ordinary life is turned upside down when she's drawn into an ancient war between vampires and angels. As the vampires plot conquer Earth, Tavia finds herself caught in a dangerous world of forbidden love and high stakes. The story combines thrilling action, supernatural elements, and a touch of romance. Wow. Another good material for a movie adaptation. Yeah? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Comment in the comment box below if Her Blood and Their Battle is another good material for a movie adaptation. Yes, yes. I'm liking that. Thank you so much, Blanche. Thank you so much, Alani. Yes, thumbs up. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, we're down to our last book, but before that, again, Reader's Magnet will be very busy the next months for the last quarter of the year. Because again, this September we are going to Chicago for 2 book events. That's for the Chicago Book Confab and the Printers Row Lit Fest. On October, we'll be joining Frankfurt's International Book Fair, and then by November and December, that's the Guadalajara International Book Fair. How will Reader's Magnet start 2025 with a huge bang? Do you know? Of course! We prepared for it! This coming January, Reader's Magnet is opening the Festival of Storytellers Chapter 6! Yes! It is a Reader's Magnet owned online book fair. Yes, it's owned by Reader's Magnet. It's our very own online book event. We call it the Festival of Storytellers. And now we are on our Chapter 6. We are going to announce when are we going to open the registrations on our socials. So you guys make sure to keep to stay tuned. All right. Okay, Alani says, I already have a schedule to visit Printers Row. I wish I could go to Germany for Frankfurt Book Fair. Yes, please. Our team will be there. We'd love to see you there, Alani. Yeah. Okay. And then after Frankfurt, Germany. Then we have the Festival of Storytellers. Okay, stay tuned because we'll be announcing when registrations will open. Okay. Yes, the Festival of Storytellers is where I knew Tish. Yes, Tish was actually one of our roundtable hosts this year. So you were watching Alani during the fifth season or fifth chapter. Thank you so much for being an avid fan of Reader's Magnet. Alani says Tish was a fun author. I've learned so much from different authors out there. Yes, especially the roundtable sessions. You know, you will know different perspectives from different authors. You'll definitely know what their backgrounds are and what their advocacies are, you know, and a lot of stories, a lot of different messages, and a lot of inspiring stories, actually. So stay tuned, all right? Okay, next, we're down to our last book. This one is quite different from the genre is quite different from the rest of the books I've shout out today. This is more of educational, if I'm not mistaken. Schools and teaching. It's under that category. This is by author Gabrielle Hamilton. The book title is Life Lessons: Advice for a Kid Like Me. Oh, okay. Life Lessons: Advice for a Kid Like Me by Gabrielle Hamilton. All right, let's go ahead and dig in. If you could only teach one lesson to a young kid like me, what would it be? In this inspiring story, a curious boy turns to the men in his life to seek their words of advice. Packed with valuable and empowering lessons, each page is filled with guidance that will encourage children to think deeply about the mysteries of life, whether it's about following their dreams, setting up for what's right, or being kind to others. There are timeless nuggets of wisdom on each page that will lead readers on their paths to greatness. Again, this book is entitled Life Lessons: Advice for a Kid Like Me by Gabrielle Hamilton. Yes. Do you have questions for this book? Right? Let me go ahead and check. Yes, Blanche, do you have any questions for Life Lessons: Advice for Kids Like Me by Gabrielle Hamilton? Okay. Oh, yes, the book is available on Amazon and on Barnes and Noble. Yes, you may go ahead and order a copy. It's available in paperback and in hardcover, and also I believe in ebook too. Gabriel, if you're watching us live, please do comment in the comment box below your socials, your social handles, and your website if you have one. Would really appreciate that so that our followers, our viewers can also go ahead and follow your social media platforms and also communicate with you. Okay. I do have a question here. Okay. Another question is for this is for you, Gabrielle Hamilton, the author of Life Lessons: Advice for a Kid Like Me. What age group would this book be applicable for? Yes. Okay. So Gabrielle, please do reply to that comment. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that's basically it, everyone. I hope you guys are having fun with our book shout out. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. Make sure to search for our handle. It's at Readers Magnet. Again, if you would like to join us this coming September, Readers Magnet is flying to Chicago. That's September 4 and 5 for the book confab, and September 7 and 8 for the Printers Row Lit Fest. And also during the events, we'll be doing another set of book shout outs. So stay tuned. Yes, I'm flashing now the book cover for Life Lessons: Advice for a Kid Like Me. Thank you so much, team. I know there are some delays, but I like that. You know, you guys are very much versatile. Okay. Yeah, so as mentioned, we'll be flying to Chicago this September. And then you guys, if you would like to this to help us to help you display your books in the Frankfurt International Book Fair and the Guadalajara International Book Fair, do message us directly okay? Or you can comment in the box below, because Readers Magnet will be one of the exhibitors this coming Frankfurt International Book Fair and Guadalajara International Book Fair. And to start the year right for 2025, we are soon going to open registrations for the Festival of Storytellers Chapter 6. All right. Yeah. Okay. I hope you guys had fun. Okay. Keep those questions sitting in. Our team and our authors will definitely make sure to go ahead and respond to these questions. All right. And tomorrow we'll have another set of authors for our book shout out. Okay. All right. So, as we say here in Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Thank you, everyone.